So, good morning, everyone. Thank you. So, when I came into this hall, I was meant to sit there, and then you can see, a lot of chocolates in front of me. So, I was reminded of my very first day in the school. I've been in Mylapore, all my life. So, there's a school just the next street. It's called Children Garden School. Some of you may know, the old timers of Chennai may know Children Garden School. So my parents took me to admit me there at the age of 3 or 4, whatever. So Mrs. Sharma, who was an icon of education at that time, who was heading that school, she's a German lady. She married an Indian, and then they came to India. So they started some schools. I think there is a branch somewhere nearby here also, the Children Garden School. So the school there is still existing. So this Mrs. Sharma came to me with one full tray full of chocolates, and I picked up one. So she said, "A very, very nice kid, because all other kids pick up like this. You've taken only one." So this my parents used to tell me that this is what happened when I went to the school first. So I took only one from the entire lot. And here I see, so many chocolates in front of me. And last few years, my sugar levels are high. So I've been told not even to look at it. So what do I do? My school days, I took one. Now I can't take even one. Then I saw this Buddha statue here. Right? Then I understood. I got the message that I have to sit like a Buddha. Desire is the root cause of all evil, right? That is the main message from Buddha. So even one I cannot take now. Okay. So Swami spoke about the 3 inspirations I got: Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahakavi Bharati. So this occasion, I just think of one quote from Swami Vivekananda, which is very apt now. It's a definition of life. What is life? Very, very simple statement from Swami Vivekananda. Expansion is life. He also says contraction is death. Let's not talk about it now. So he says expansion is life. If you are not expanding, so that is the sign of living. Right? You have to keep expanding. Maintaining status quo is not enough. Because the entire world is moving fast. It's going very fast forward. If you are maintaining status quo, you are left behind. So if you are maintaining status quo, you are actually going back. So you have to keep expanding. Come what may. So you must have the technique, you must have the knowledge, you must have the capacity to always keep expanding. That's what I like in BUsoft. So last couple of years back, I was there for an inauguration, right? And today, Swami tells me that the entire 5 floors is all BUsoft. The whole building is BUsoft. And 2 years ago, you were around 200 is the strength of the BUsoft family. And today is around 350, right? So almost 70-75% increase in 2 years. It's great news. And look at what is happening around you. The top names in software, what are they doing? 12,000 people, HR is calling them and telling them, please look for some other job. Right? We are cutting down 15,000 people, 20,000 people. So this is the order of the day. So what do they say? AI. AI has come in, so now we don't want, the traditional programmers are not required. We can generate everything. All the code can be generated. You don't need people to write even documents, proposals. Everything can be done through AI, so people are not required. But how Swami is doing it? You're not using AI? I remember that when I finished my education in Indian Institute of Science, Swami talked about my college days also. After that, I joined a company called PSI, Processes Systems. So Bangalore-based company. I was there for some time. So I was in the team where we developed software for banks, the regular savings bank, the fixed deposits, those kind of accounts. So software was required. Banks were not having software at the time. This is 1984. So at that time only, slowly the software was getting introduced into the banks. So when I came to Chennai, my first job given to me was to go to Indian Bank branch, Adayar branch, to go there and install the software. So it was there in the Roundtana, Adayar Roundtana. Today I think the place you can't make out anything. So I think all four directions, it's all metro work is going on. So one of the corners, the branch was there. You have to climb up some few steps, 10, 15 steps is there. So to climb up and go inside the branch. So I went in the morning to install the software. I climbed up the stairs, I went inside. The security guard was there with he's an armed security guard, he was standing there. So he asked me, then I said, I have come to meet the manager, I have come from this software company. So he took me inside. As soon as I went inside, a couple of people came running to me. They said, get out. We don't want you here. I said, what happened? No, this is my job, I'm coming here, so I've been asked to install software. He said, no, if you install software, we'll all lose our job. And literally one fellow put his hand like this on my neck, and I was pushed down. The entire 15 steps, I was pushed down. I was almost falling flat on the road. I couldn't do anything. The manager couldn't do anything, nothing. I had to come back to my office and I told that this is the problem. They don't want software. Of course, after that, the government did a very interesting thing. They introduced something called computer allowance. So if you work on computer, then every month you will get some extra money. The same people who pushed me out, they started calling me, please come back. We want you to install the software. But you see now, what has happened now? Is there any bank without any software? All your transactions, everything is online now. We don't go to the branch at all. Most, I don't remember when I went to, last time I went to the bank branch. So it's all changed, and the banks are all expanding. They're getting more money, they're having more people, right? So this fear was there initially. So if you overcome this kind of fear, expansion is possible. At any point in time, today AI is the fear. Right? Those days, the bank union people, they thought, they allow me inside, then they will lose the job. So today, AI has replaced that. And at every point in time, there is always a problem for expansion. You want to expand, there's always people who say, no, don't expand. Whoever has the knack of handling this problem, they will keep expanding. That is what Swami has proved. That's what BioSoft has proved. So when the entire world is cutting down on people, you are adding 75% more people in 2 years. It shows the strength of leadership. Not only Swami, I think his entire team last 2 years back, I saw they're all here with him. So the team is very strongly, there's a bond with BioSoft, family bond is there. So maybe most of the employees are also there, whom I met 2 years ago. It's good. And today is the first day in this office, right? And this hall is full. Not enough. See, so many people are standing there. It's a good problem to have. Already you need another office, right? This place is full. So another expansion I wanted to talk about is the Sevalaya. Right? I have to talk about Sevalaya. Whatever topic you give, I'll talk about it only. Right? So Swami started by explaining the inspiration. It is just 3 sentences, one from each. Mahakavi Bharati, Mahatma Gandhi and Swami Vivekananda. Angor Yezhekku Ezhutharivital. This is the word from Mahakavi Bharati. He says, educating one poor child is holier than constructing 1,000 temples or giving food to 10,000 people. He gives a big list. So compared to all that, if you educate one poor child, that is 1 crore time, will give you the punya, right? It's a good deed. That's that one single sentence from Bharadiyar. And God comes in the form of roti. The saying from Swami Vivekananda means if somebody is hungry, don't talk about God, give him food. Because God appears only in the form of food for a hungry person. And of course, Mahatma Gandhi, India lives in his villages, so you have to improve a lot in the village. So these three sentences formed the basis for Sevalaya. And we started in 1988. I think Swami mentioned all the sequences. 29th of February 1988, Sevalaya was registered. And we were already starting the planning for starting the actual activity. First you have to have the organization registered, you have to have the bank account, you have to have some money in that. Then only you can get into the act of starting the activities. So February 29th, that was a leap year, 1988, we registered. 8th of May, we got married, same year. And 29th of May, the activity started. With 5 orphan kids, we started the activity. It was just 3 weeks after our wedding, the actual activity started. And 3 months before that, we actually registered the organization. Both of us were trustees in the initial registration. We were not even married at that time. Okay. So our association, he mentioned very rightly, it's a love marriage. Love marriage doesn't end with the marriage. We continue to love. Okay. We've been married for 38 years now. So the common factor is these three people, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, and Mahakavi Bharati. Of course, unless both partners have the same ideas, life will be very difficult, right? Especially when somebody decides to do things like this, that even before marriage, she knows that I am not going to be, very great in my career. I don't have that interest. So I'm looking for a day where I can quit my job and then become unemployed. Okay. So to marry a person like that, fully knowing that this fellow is going to leave the job, requires a lot of courage. And I tell you now, we completed 38 years of our married life. Not even 1 gram of gold I have bought her. She never asked her. It's not for any ornament or anything. We don't spend our money like that. If there is money available for 1 gram of gold, we better give it to one girl in Sevalaya, because so many girls were waiting to get married. We need money for that, so we will give it for that. So our priority is like that. So when the priority matches, only then this can happen. Otherwise, it will be a great trouble, right? So because of all this, the favorable circumstances, expansion in Sevalaya was really happening very well. So this 29th May 1988 when we started, we had 5 children. In a rented house, 50 rupees per month was the rent. No electricity, because electricity is very costly. Connection itself is not there. The house where we rented, the house owner had not even applied for EB connection. So in the evenings you have to manage with a lander light. There was one lady who was the cook, so she used to stay there with the children and then cook for them. And there is one employee who used to go around to take care of all the external activities. So 2 staff members, 5 children, and our housing was 50 rupees per month. That was the starting point. From there, today, after 38 years, if I look back, we are present in 67 locations. We have 67 centers all over South India. As you mentioned, there's 580 villages where we are working. We also have around 400 staff members, full-time staff members, because we have around a dozen board members. Kumaran Mani is also part of the board, and Swami's uncle, Subi, who was my roommate, he is a board member in Sevalaya, USA. He is not in India, he is full-time in the US, so we have a Sevalaya, USA branch also, so he is a board member there. And we have touched around 18 lakh lives so far in 38 years. to various services. We run our own free school from LKG to plus 2, and beyond plus 2 for the children to go for higher education. So we try to find sponsors and then put them in higher education depending on their marks, what they got in the 12th standard, and then whatever admission they get, wherever they get. So the hostel expenses, college expenses, everything, Sevalaya tries to find some sponsors, and till the time they stand on their own leg, we support them. We have old age homes. We have 4 of them now. Fifth one is starting very, very shortly in Tiruvallur, Maduranthagam, Tanjavur and Dharmaburi. 4 locations we have old age homes. We have 2 hospitals, one in Tiruvallur, one in Gudalur. And we run more than a dozen community colleges. We have more than 50 tuition centers. Tuition centers, we have a MOU signed with IIT Madras. So we establish the center, we get the children in remote areas to come into one place, and then we arrange the network facility and the smart classroom and all that. The IIT professors, they come online and they take science and maths classes starting from class 5 to class 9. IIT professors are reaching out to very, very distant tribal villages, poor villages, rural areas, and then the classes are going on. This is not a direct IIT JEE training or anything, but we are trying to strengthen the maths and science knowledge right from the childhood, so that by the time they come to plus 2, it will be easy for them to clear the IIT exam. So we are not directly teaching for IIT the JEE exam. So we do organic farming. We have a goshala where hundreds of dry cows are taken care of. So a lot of activities. So with all these activities, we have touched around 18 lakh people in the last 38 years. And we are still expanding. We're not stopping here, though a lot of people on the board also, they keep telling me, no, enough, no, you've gone too far. I don't listen. No, we keep, because I know that expansion is life. If you don't expand, you are dead. Okay, so we are looking for more places. In fact, we did some projects in Ahmedabad, in Jaipur also. So we are trying to go to North India also. The third expansion I want to talk about is what Swami touched upon. Swami was a college student at the time, and we knew him because his uncle was my roommate in IAC, right? And through that I was asking him that, no, I need some support for Sevalaya, we need somebody to do some work on computers. We got the very first one, desktop computer was donated by one of our donors. So that time there was no separate office. Our house was the Sevalaya office. So the computer was kept there. Very, the possession was really valued possession at that time, one desktop for the organization. It was there. And we were looking for volunteers who can come and do something. Of course, accounting, the customer management, donation, keeping track of donations, so all this. We were keeping everything on paper. It was becoming difficult to manage, which is a good problem. Right? You have grown enough that you cannot do everything on the paper. So that time Swami was introduced, and as a student he was coming to our house. He was sitting and helping us to develop a product where the accounting and donations and all these things can be linked. It's not just an accounting package, because I think Tally was not there at the time. Something else was there, and we were trying to do that. And then the customization came in from the point of donors. No, it's not a business we are doing. So donations coming, so donors donate for various occasions. So somebody donates for a birthday, so how do you do a reminder next year? How do you keep track and then say next year when the same birthday comes, you go back and ask the donor, last year you gave money for your birthday, so why don't you give it for this year? So these type of requirements are different from the normal accounting things. So Swami was sitting and trying to develop that. It was one single desktop, and anybody wants to enter data, they have to come there and enter the data. So that was the system. After that, we had a couple of staff members hired, and then we slightly tried to expand the scope of that system. because Sevalaya was also expanding, right? So the need is coming from the business, right? We have the school, we have the orphanage, we have the old age home, we have the Goshala, right? So there's so many interconnections are going. Whoever is there in the hostel, the same children are coming to school. So why should we enter data twice, once in the hostel module, once in the school module? So these integrations have to happen. Donor or donations flowing in. So the donation, whatever has come in, that has to flow into the accounting system also. So we started using Tally. So from here, export data, put it in Tally, and from Tally, take the reports and put it back into the system. So all these requirements started coming in. So still it was a single user system. From there now, we have a separate department, we call it GD, Go Digital. And then it's a ERP. It's a full ERP developed just for Sevalaya. We have developed that, and Murali money plays a lot of important role in that, kind of development in that. So what started with one Swami sitting there as a college student and then trying to develop a single user system. Now we have 400 staff members, almost everybody is using. Of course, nobody is computer literate. No, Sevalaya staff are not like BU Soft staff members. They don't have any computer education. Maybe the top 10 or 15 people, they know how to use a computer. Others, they have seen computer only after coming to Sevalaya. So a lot of user training is required. They do a lot of mistakes. They don't understand how a software functions. So from there, from that point onwards, we'll have to change the mindset and then bring it. So it's going successfully now. So in fact, we last 7-8 years, I think the CSR has become a norm in India. It's become a law. So a lot of corporates are donating to Sevalaya. Once they do that, a lot of audits. We used to have our auditor. So whatever our system is there, we can give it for audit, and then they give the certificate. But now what happens is that anybody gives CSR funding, we have to open up our data to the external auditors, the auditor of that corporate. Suppose BU Soft gives CSR money, then BU Soft's auditor can come and audit Sevalaya for that particular portion, no matter what money they are given. So a lot of auditors from various corporates, they can come and do the audit. So last couple of years, when the auditors come, we have a different type of problem where our head office is in Chennai, where all the accounts, everything is maintained. But our activities are there in various locations. The major location is near Tirunelveli, where most of you have come there. So sometimes these corporate auditors, they land up there. They land up in our school. And then they say, we have come for audit, because they come as a surprise audit. They don't inform us in advance. We don't know they're coming. Suddenly they will come. They can go to the school and then say, I want to see the accounting data. The school HM says, I don't know. I don't know accounts. You go to city office. Then say, no, we don't have time. We have come from Bombay. Today evening we are leaving back. So if you are not showing data, we will record that you are not cooperating. So all this will happen. So last couple of years, the problem is solved. When the auditor comes, our HM says, wait a minute, talks to our GD team. A GD ID is generated. The ID is given to auditor. We tell them, don't even come from Bombay. You sit in Bombay and do the audit. The system is open to you. Your data is available to you. You can go and check. And even Sevalaya's own auditor, they used to send 4 or 5 people. First of all, the problem is our office is this same situation, full. Anytime the office is full. We are always looking for another office. Okay. So when the 4 people from audit office come, we don't know. We don't have a place to make them sit and do the activity. So last 2 years we say, no, don't come. We generate, you want 10 GD IDs, we generate IDs and give it to you. You sit in your office and do the audit. So the auditor is very happy. The external auditors who came from the various corporates, they say that we have never seen this in an NGO. We have done NGO audit for many, because each corporate gives for 10, 20 NGOs the CSR funds. They say we have gone many places. But this is the first time we are saying that you are just giving us an idea and you say that okay, you do whatever you want. Whatever vouchers you want, whatever bills you want, everything is there. All copies are available straight away online. They were very happy to do that audit. So this started with one college student coming and sitting and trying to do work on a very old, second-hand donated desktop. That is where it started. So expansion is life. Thank you.